Hello everyone. Today we're going to read Brady and the B Team by Mary Shaw and Chuck Temple. For Tom and Brad. It was the start of a new hockey season and Brady was excited. He just knew this would be the best season ever for the Ice Hawks. As always, Brady arrived first at the rink, followed by Tess. The dressing room buzzed with chatter. Everyone was eager to get out on the ice. They would have to work hard since their first game was tomorrow. At the start of practice, Coach reviewed the drills on a chalkboard. "Okay," he called out. "I want you all to loop around the pylons as fast as you can. Then zip over here and zip over there. Then pass the puck to another player who will take a shot on Chester. Wait a minute. Where is Chester?" The dressing room fell silent. How were they going to do their drills without a goalie? "I guess we'll have to cancel our practice," Coach said, shaking his head. "Wait! One of us could go in net," Brady suggested. "Yeah," Tess agreed. "I'll get the spare equipment." Everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Practice wouldn't be canceled after all. Tree was first to volunteer. He played goalie in street hockey. This couldn't be very different, he thought. Tree thought wrong. The ice was way too slippery, and the equipment was way too small. Caroline tried next, but her glasses kept fogging up. She couldn't see a thing. Then Tess took a turn. She twisted and spun, but didn't block a single shot. Kev went in, but he never stopped talking until Coach asked him to collect all the pucks inside the net. The first practice of the year was a disaster. Everyone was disappointed. Brady and Tess were saying goodbye outside the rink when they spotted Chester running across the parking lot. "Sorry I'm late," Chester yelled. He was out of breath and dropping equipment with every step. "Late? Practice is over," said Brady. "Where were you?" Chester bent to pick up his goalie pads. There was something I had to do." "But it was as an important practice," Brady replied. "Our first game is tomorrow." "I'm sorry, Brady. I want to be here, but I slept in." Chester was making up excuses, but Brady wasn't sure why. The next morning, the dressing room was quiet. Everyone was nervous about the first game of the year, especially after such a horrible practice. Tree hummed as he adjusted his shoulder pads. Caroline brushed her hair over and over. Kev talked nonstop, and Chester was missing. "Who would like to take a turn between the pipes?" asked Coach, swinging the goalie stick in the air. Nobody volunteered. Their knees shook and their teeth chattered as the Ice Hogs stepped onto the ice. They were playing an annoying team called the Hounds without a real goalie. It didn't take the Hounds long to start teasing. "Hey, Ice Hogs, aren't you going to say your team cheer? Here's one for you. We've got the power. We've got the might. We're going to lose big with no goalie in sight." The Ice Hogs did lose big that day. Really big. It was a terrible way to start the season. "We got creamed out there," Caroline groaned, "all because of Chester." "How could he do that to us?" asked Kev. "He really let us down." Brady didn't like losing, but he refused to believe his friend would hurt the team on purpose. "He must have had a good reason to miss the game," he said. At school the next day, Kev saw Chester talking to his teacher during recess. He was about to say hello when he heard Chester say something about joining the B team and trying to win a championship. Kev was upset. Chester? On another hockey team? He wondered. That must be why he wasn't at the game yesterday. On his way home from school, Kev caught up with Brady and told him what he'd overheard. Brady was shocked to learn that Chester was playing for a different hockey team. What would the Ice Hogs do without him? This would definitely not be their best year yet. Brady could hardly sleep that night. He decided to talk to Chester first thing in the morning. Brady was eating his breakfast when Hat-Trick brought in the morning paper. Chester's picture was on the front page. Chester was on another team, but it wasn't a hockey team. It was a bee team, a spelling bee team. Brady ran to the phone. "You're in a spelling bee! Why didn't you tell us?" "I didn't think I'd have to. I figured I'd be eliminated before I had to miss any games." Then Chester whispered, "Besides, I was afraid everyone would laugh." "I think it's great," said Brady. "We thought you joined another hockey team." "I'd never be disloyal to the Ice Hogs," Chester replied. "But what am I going to do? The final round of the spelling bee is tonight. I'm so nervous. I hope I can still make it to the game." "Don't worry about that, Chester," Brady told him. "We'll manage somehow. Good luck in the spelling bee." Brady could hardly wait. He had to make one more phone call. That afternoon, Coach phoned all the Ice Hogs and asked them to come extra early before the game. They met outside the arena. "I'm afraid we may have to play without Chester again tonight," he told them. Everyone gasped. So it was true. Chester had abandoned the Ice Hogs. Coach held up his hand. "Wait," he said. Brady, why don't you tell them what's going on?" "Chester's still an Ice Hog. He's competing in the spelling bee finals. He needs our support." The Ice Hogs ran to the school. The gym was packed with people. Some kids sat in chairs on the stage, but one chair was empty. Chester's. He was hiding backstage. "What are you guys doing here?" Chester mumbled through chattering teeth. "We came to cheer you on, Chester," Brady replied. "But what about the game?" Chester asked. "We can beat the Dragoons any time," Chester replied. "You're part of our team, and a team sticks together." Before Chester went on stage, they held together for their team cheer. "We've got the power, we've got the might. Chester's a great goalie who can spell words right." Chester was doing very well when the Ice Hogs had to leave for their game. Brady gave his friend a thumbs up and they hurried away. The dressing room was quiet as the team laced up their skates. The Ice Hogs wanted Chester to win, but they had secretly hoped he would make the game. Now they would have to play without him again. Just then Coach walked in. "Listen up," he announced. "You should all know that Chester is here." The Ice Hogs cheered as Chester dashed through the door. He was holding a gigantic medal and a framed certificate. "Wow, you won!" Brady yelled. "Yep, I couldn't have done it without my team," Chester replied with a big grin. As the team took to the ice, Brady put his arm around his friend. "I forgot to ask, what was the winning word?" Chester grinned. "Dependability," he said. "Definition, please," said Brady. ICEHOGS, he spelled. Chester was back, and this really would be the best season ever.